Hey everybody, I'm Josh Betley, and this is Vital BMX Explained, brought to you by danscomp.com. Today, we're going to be talking about hubs. The hub is the center part of the bike's wheels, both front and rear. It connects to the rim by spokes, holds an axle, and has bearings so the wheel can spin freely. The parts of the hub are the axle, hardware, bearing, shell, and in rear hubs, a driver or cog. The axle is the round metal piece that goes through the center of the hub. There are two different styles of axle, male and female, and there's two different sizes of axles, 3/8 and 14 millimeter. If you live anywhere else other than the USA, a 3/8 axle is referred to as a 10 millimeter. A male axle is one solid piece throughout with threading around the outside. A female axle contains a larger hollow piece on the inside and bolts thread into it from the outside. 3/8 axles are generally found in the front, and 14 millimeter are typically found in the back. The bigger 14 millimeter axles are found in the back because they take a lot more abuse from grinding versus the front. If you're shopping for a female hub and you look on the specs, it's going to read 15 millimeter axle. This is just the size of the inner axle. There's actually 3/8 bolts that thread into it. Up until recently, most hubs had a male axle. In the past couple years, a lot of companies have switched to a female because their durability, clean look, and they're a lot less likely to strip out. If you care a lot about the weight on your bike, it's good to know that titanium axles exist. They're lighter, but a bit more expensive. The hardware is the protective metal layer between the bearing and the dropout. The hardware can be chromoly, aluminum, or sometimes a combination of both. Chromoly hardware is for a more grinding-oriented rider. It's stronger and heavier. The bearing is the part that allows the hub to spin freely. Bearings can be sealed or unsealed. Sealed bearings are much smoother and stronger. If you're doing any sort of serious riding, you absolutely want sealed bearings. Unsealed bearings are generally only found on entry-level complete bikes. The shell is the crafted aluminum piece that has flanges to hold the spokes, a space to hold the bearings, and gives each hub its unique look and strength. Hub flanges have either 36 or 48 spoke holes. The hole count has to match the rim as well. One of the biggest differences between hub shells is the size of the flanges. They can be low, high, in the middle. They can even be asymmetrical. Like most parts on a bike, hub shells can come in various colors. The rear hub is an important part of the drivetrain. There are 3 different types of rear hub: freewheel, cassette, and free coaster. A freewheel is an external piece that's threaded onto the hub. Freewheels used to be much more common, but the technology in cassettes and free coasters come so far that you only really see them on entry-level complete bikes. Because they're an external piece, freewheels are limited to how small they can be. A cassette is an internal mechanism which creates instant pedal engagement. With a cassette hub, if you ride backwards, you also have to pedal backwards. Some riders prefer this. Cassettes vary brand to brand by their unique internal systems. A free coaster is also an internal mechanism, and it makes it possible to ride backwards without pedaling backwards. A free coaster does not engage immediately because of something called slack. Slack refers to how much you pedal forward until the hub engages. This is adjusted inside the hub to the rider's preference. Some free coaster riders prefer a lot of slack and some just a little. If you're a rider that likes to grind, hub guards are a great option for you. Hub guards are an extension of the hub's hardware. They protect the spokes and the flanges. They can also make grinding a lot smoother. Each company will let you know what sort of maintenance is required for each hub. Some hubs need to regularly be greased, some need to remain dry, and free coasters need a little bit more maintenance than cassettes. There you have it. If you're in the market for some new hubs, I recommend going to danscomp.com, checking out the hubs and hub accessories. They have everything you need.